wages, inflation, and cost of living. People's wages in the UK have dropped to the lowest. The rate is the lowest in more than a decade. It can be disastrous for a lot of working people. People are facing difficulties because with the current rate of wages they cannot deal with the ever-increasing inflation rate. It can be disastrous for a lot of working people. People should not ask for a pay rise, is what has been proposed by the Bank of England, though the rate of inflation is likely to reach 9.1%. The drop. According to the reports, the regular wages, without the bonuses, plummeted by 2.9%. The drop is the highest since November 2011. It is impossible for people financially to cope with the situation because of the inflation rate. It is even becoming difficult for the people with string earnings to deal with the situation because of the continuous rise in the cost of living. The worry. Despite knowing everything, the Bank of England is asking people to think before they ask for a pay rise because it may fuel the rate inflation as well.
It's difficult to say because it's out of the control. It's not about the United Kingdom, it's outside factors that unfortunately took us to that position, politics.
Turning the heating down just 1 degree will save a lot of money.
Awesome. Recently graduated and I live with my parents, so trying to share the cost of living between 3 people, it's quite expensive. Our gas and electric used to cost probably about £80 a month, it's gone up to £250. Water bill probably used to be about £32 and now that's about £80 as well. So trying to deal with that whilst definitely not getting a pay rise, and then also travel costs. So travelling from zone 1 to 5 is over £300 a month now. And then living on a 1,500 budget, trying to save because you want to get a mortgage, just doesn't really work.
Me personally, I just feel like they say we might be getting a pay rise and whatnot, but the cost of living is going up, so the pay rise isn't really doing anyone any favours. During lockdown, petrol was like £1 a litre or something like that, and now it's at 160 or 170 if you're lucky. So what I do now to save money is anytime I see, if I drive past a petrol station, it's on like 154, 150, 155, I'll literally top up. Even though I've just topped up the day before, all you can do is make more money. It's the easiest way to do it. Obviously there's like investing and stuff like that, but the main thing is just like standard income is just literally what I'm trying to do right now is look for a new job.
You need to have more experience, and nobody wants to hire you because you're too young and you don't know as much as the older people do, and then it's like, right, well, what do I want to know?
Find another ways of supplying energy-wise. For all these years they were depending on Russia regarding the gas. Europe is struggling. Now outside of, when you're not in part of the Europe, that's mean other countries, they will not support you, so you are alone. So they have to find new trade deals with States, with China. It will be very complicated. It's very complicated. It will affect from the super rich to a normal person.
I actually have 3 children, so things are really, really hard, but then what can we do? Just try and get on, try and cut back on quite a lot of things at the moment when it comes to food. So generally we, because I'm a chef, we tend to do our shopping mainly in Sainsbury's, and then we cook more. But then now I'm having to go to places like Aldi. We normally do a lot of baking, so we've had to kind of cut back on the baking a little bit.
But what should people do? If they do not ask for a pay rise, they are going to die. And now, according to the saying of the Bank of England, they may as well die if they ask for a pay rise. It is easy for the governor of the Bank of England to say that, do not ask for a pay rise, because he earns £575,000 yearly. But, for those who do not earn 6 figures, it would be difficult to say no to a pay rise. What to do? Hypothetically, the government can introduce a system where people like the Governor of the Bank of England would face a temporary pay cut to make sure that people who are suffering can have a pay rise to survive during the crisis. Unfortunately, the wages are dropping and contrastingly the inflation rate is rising. This only means a lot of working people might face difficulties meeting their basic needs. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Stay with WhatsOn. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.